But enough about us and enough about our rabbi. There is another inspiring rabbi waiting in the wings.
He's a huge star all over the world, but tonight he's here with us. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rabbi Jackie Mason.
Bravo!
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? Certainly a thrill and a pleasure to see me in person. Thank God. I'm glad I wasn't busy. I had time to show up here. This is a wonderful thing that a man is not threatened to do but take pictures. This is so thrilling to be in this country where you have a prime minister that is such a brilliant man. He makes George Bush look like a genius. George Bush can't talk at all. He keeps talking, but nobody is listening. Nobody knows he's still got the job. Everybody thought he left the country already, and this schmuck keeps clapping and clapping and clapping. And everybody says, "Chabas and dreld with your whole job, keep walking." He doesn't even know that nobody wants to hear from him. If he had any decency, go to Sweden where people want to hear from you. You're in the wrong country. I don't mean to talk politics. I'm not from this country, and it's bad taste for me to say anything about him, but the man is a schmuck. And I say this with the highest respect. Every time when Blair was prime minister, everybody said, this guy is the genius. They couldn't wait for him to come out because Blair kept lying every time he talked. No matter what he said, full of shit, everything was a lie. All of a sudden they found, oh, here's an honest man. He's very honest, except for the fact that he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's in the wrong business. Get a job in some field that you know. What are you bothering Jewish people, you Nazi bastard? And I say this with the highest respect because I have no right to talk about politics in this country. I'm crazy about the political scene in my own country. First of all, I want to thank God for George Bush, because George Bush for Israel is the greatest president America ever had. A lot of people in America are not too crazy about George Bush. He's not too popular. But if you're a Jew and you don't like George Bush, then you're not really a Jew and you don't care about Israel. He sacrifices himself more for Israel than any president we ever had. And no matter what Israel does, as far as he's concerned, it's close enough. Still ahead, keep my mouth shut. Do whatever you want. He says, go ahead, do what. He pretends he don't know. He never heard about it. Meanwhile, he tells the Jews, do whatever you want. Chabas and dreld, it's not my business. And that's it. Because that's right. George Bush, I think, one of the greatest presidents that ever lived. Nobody will find out about it because he can't explain it to you. He's a great speaker. People don't even know what a great speaker is. He happens to be a great speaker. It just so happens that English is not his field. Do you understand this? All these are jokes, mister. All these are jokes. They're looking at me like they're waiting for a comedian to show up. This is it. This is it. The girl finished already. I'm not singing here. Dude. Can't you tell the difference? Are you a homosexual person? That's not nice to ask, but there's a lot of homosexuals here. There are. Why, you thought you're the only one? You're not the only one. I always wonder about that. What makes a man become a homosexual? Let's take your case as an example, mister. That's not nice to say. You don't even look like a homosexual. You do. You know, they can't, you can't tell if a guy's a homosexual by looking at him. A guy could look very masculine and be feminine. Get up, I want to show them what I'm talking about. Do you like these jokes? I resent these jokes. It's not nice to make fun of homosexuals because especially now, there was a time homosexuals were a persecuted minority, but now people respect homosexuals. People know that there's nothing wrong with them. They just have an alternative lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with them. Psychologists say they're just as normal as anybody else. It's just an alternative lifestyle. Instead of making love like this, they say, you're not that busy. Turn around. That's the only difference. Not only that, they say they're artistically more gifted. They're more sensitive. And they're artistically more gifted than heterosexuals. Did you know that? They are. Everybody realizes that. If you have to hire, let's be honest, if you had to hire an interior decorator, would you hire a homosexual or a heterosexual? I'm going to stay here till you figure this out. Would you hire a heterosexual to decorate your house? If a guy came in and he said, okay, I'm the decorator. I came here to decorate this whole fucking house. You would get pretty nervous. But if he came in and he said, hello, would you like me to decorate? You say, thank God, we got the right guy. You understand that, mister?